Hello, friends. It's great to be with you. I'm Ruben Dizengoff, an associate at Schulte, Roth & Zabel.
And I'm Sophie Dizengoff, an associate at Wilkie Farr & Gallagher, and we're here today to talk about our dad. For those of you who are unfamiliar with our dad, the easiest way to introduce him is to talk about his golf game.
First, let's start with his golf swing. For those of you who have not seen it, imagine a Little League kid from Brooklyn who grows up to be a self-taught amateur four-handicap golfer. Now let me paint a picture for you, okay? When my dad addresses golf shots, they defy all normal approaches to aim. His shoulders are pointed left, the club is pointed right. He begins this dramatically slow takeaway, very, very arduous. His club travels everywhere, and I mean literally everywhere. At the top of my dad's backswing, the baseball player takes charge, where his hands are above his head and the club is pointed somewhere out towards right field. And then the downswing. The club wraps around, his hands drop, his hips rotate, his feet shuffle, and then it's a home run. The ball flies down the middle of the fairway every time. My dad has mastered his swing, he owns it, and it's unique to him.
December in Scotland is 45 degrees, light drizzle, 5 hours of daylight, or as our dad would say, a perfect day to play golf. Last year, the four of us, my mom, my dad, Ruben, and I, entered into the lottery to play at St. Andrews. We got the call, we won. We all hit our approach shots into the first green. My dad is the first to the green because, well, he hits the best shots, but he patiently awaits for the rest of us to get there. My ball lands 50 feet from the hole. I putt, and I leave it about 10 feet short. Dad, is this in the family circle? I ask. Sure is, he says, and I'm in for a bogey. As the round goes on, my caddy quickly learns about the family circle. Wherever my putt ended up, whether it was 1 foot from the hole or 10 feet from the hole, it was in the family circle and the next shot was good. Dad's restructuring world has its own family circle. It includes his partners, his colleagues, his co-advisors, and his clients. As many of you can attest, when you're on our dad's team, you're in the family circle. When you're in the family circle, he's your staunchest advocate and your biggest cheerleader. He helps you achieve your goals and shares in your biggest wins. He gives you the confidence to know that you don't need a gimme. With him on your team, you would sink the putt anyway.
And when it's Dad's turn to step up and hit the ball, his restructuring practice is exactly like his swing. It took years of practice and hard work. He's mastered it, and it's uniquely his. And he hits the ball down the middle of the fairway, onto the green, and in the hole every time. We are so honored to introduce our dad, Ira Dizengoff.
Thank you. Let me start with 3 keys to impactful public speaking, and I love a captive audience. Those are levity, brevity, and repetition. So let me repeat that. The 3 keys to public speeches are levity, brevity, and repetition. And that concludes the levity and repetition part of my remarks. Now for the brevity part. First, congratulations to Jen O'Neill and her family. Her justice made an exceptional choice in choosing you as their honoree, and I'm thrilled to be able to ride your coattails tonight. Your leadership and commitment to her justice is inspirational, and the executive team at BlackRock made a wise choice in trusting you as the global head of corporate strategy. And what a thrill it is to be up here tonight and introduced by your children. It's quite humbling. And as a dad, you get to cavil a little bit every now and then, and this is one of life's moments. I love them dearly, and while it's cliche, I am so proud of them as people, and as you've seen, active, engaged citizens in our community. I have a few more golfisms if you want to talk about those, mostly revolving around Diet Coke, chocolate chip cookies, and for Brent's benefit, the rough is the rough. But we'll talk about that another day. The path to success is paved in part by giants in our lives. A famous quote attributed to Isaac Newton says, "If you have seen further, it is because you are standing on the shoulders of giants." And those giants start with my wife, Betsy. There are no words. My love, support, and admiration for you is boundless. That's all I can say. My family is here tonight, my almost 83-year-old mother and my 3 sisters. Thank you for your giant and foundational support. I want to thank my partners and colleagues at Aiken. Your generosity and spirit and commitment to this cause and me is breathtaking, and I'm proud to be a member of the Aiken team. It's an organization where leaders lead by example. The event committee co-chairs did an outstanding job showing up every week and applying appropriate pressure to raise funds tonight. Everyone here, and it's a fantastic turnout, you should see it from up here, knows the importance of Her Justice and its critical mission, and we thank our friends and colleagues. A few words, in my view, from Her Justice. As you know, Her Justice stands with women living in poverty in New York City by recruiting and mentoring volunteer lawyers to provide legal help, free legal help, to address individual and systemic legal barriers. Nearly $50 million of legal services are provided by you in attendance to help overcome systemic barriers and empower those who call upon Her Justice for assistance. But it's much more than that. These are dedicated individuals who work day in and day out to help improve the lives of at-risk women, and the results are outstanding, as you've heard. The team of Amy, Devin, Jillian, and the scores of others, and the leadership of the Her Justice Board of Directors make a daily difference in the lives of these women. The restructuring community is incredibly generous, and there are many worthy organizations who do important work. Our community has recognized the critical role that Her Justice plays for at-risk women. It's a life-changing organization, and if there is one thing our restructuring community knows, it's how to recognize, support, and inspire an organization that needs to survive and thrive and is mission critical. And you have all done that today with your extremely generous donations, a record-breaking night. In preparing for this evening, I looked for some deep meaning in my favored tortured poets' songs, and I found some. Karma, as you know, is a Sanskrit word which means action, intentional, ethical action. And Taylor sings in Karma, I will not sing, it's coming back around, and I'll keep my side of the street clean. She goes on, step by step from town to town, sweet like justice, karma is a queen. Karma takes all my friends to the summit. And thinking about that line, I believe that with the privileges we have as accomplished lawyers, advisors, and practitioners, and the opportunities provided to us, we have an obligation to work to lessen the suffering of others. And we have unequivocally done that through our support of Our Justice, and karma is on our side. So for that, I and Her Justice thank you very much.